We're live. We're getting there, Murphy. Here we go. Hey, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I'm not sure how many are waiting. I think there's only 2 waiting. Commercial. Okay. We'll just give it a minute. I have my computer on, I have my phone on to catch everybody, and I'll try to catch the chat. Why it's not showing. Oh. Okay. Well, I can see the chat up on my computer. So welcome everybody to 360 Handmade Bags, and Murphy's here too. Please let me know if you're watching. Please say hi. Let me know if you can hear me okay and if you can see me okay. All right, we're going to put you down. All right, you be a good boy, and we'll see you later. All right, he has to do his say hello, and so I'm not sure if anybody's here. It says that we've got 2 waiting. We are live. All right, well, I'm just going to get going. Nobody's saying hi at all. Let me just type this in because I have my computer there. Oh, hi, Carol. All right, so we have somebody watching. That's great. Great, that's awesome. So let me turn it this way a little bit. All right, so again, welcome to 360 Handmade Bags, and welcome to my live. Today, the pattern that we're doing is in the description box below, and we're doing the Polly's Purse Plus. I've already done a tutorial on this bag, but we're going to be doing this live. It's a custom order that I'm making for somebody, and I thought I just might as well do a live because I don't do very many of them. And hi, Lindiana. If you're watching, please say hi. I love the romper room thing just to say hi to everybody. So this is the Polly's Purse Plus. This is the one that I did back in my tutorial that I think I've already got it linked in the description. But this is a great little bag. See, this one I made, it has the Cheshire Cat zipper pulls. It has this great zipper pocket in the front. A great top zipper pocket, huge, lots of room inside. And then on the front, we have a slip pocket that's big enough for your phone. Trying to get some light going on here. And then under the flap, we have 8 card slots and an ID wallet. So, hi, Marilyn. So we have Carol and Lindiana and Marilyn watching. So thanks a lot for being here. Oh, I'm so much better than the romper room. They never called my name. Yeah, no kidding. That's why I love doing the romper room, because I never had my name called either. I kept wishing she would do it, with the mirror, the magic mirror. So anyhow, we're doing the Polly's Purse today, and plus. So this is the fabric that I'm using for this custom that I've been asked to do. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for being here too. So the fabric that I'm using is this beautiful, she asked for cherry red, and I have this beautiful, it is a crimson cherry red marine vinyl from JT Outdoor Fabrics in Barrie. I've already put my bag tag on the front, and then this is the lining. This is a waterproof bonded nylon from Sam Fabric Creations. So that's the lining that we're going to be using. And I've already gone ahead and done a few things in advance of this live, just so that I could get some things done. Oh, Nicole, you're just getting your breakfast. Yeah, you guys are you 3 hours now or 2 hours? Now that British Columbia is not going to be changing their time anymore. All righty, so I've already gone ahead and made a few things. I've already made the wristlet. I've already made the D-ring connector because she just wants a ring, a wristlet. And the hardware that we're going to be using, I got the plastic cam snaps. So I have already gone ahead and done my zippers. There's the one zipper that has zipper tabs on either end. I did not do the zipper tabs as per the pattern. It was, you know, a fabric here and fabric here, and then you stitch around it. I just did one layer because this marine vinyl is fairly thick. So I only did these single, and yes, I know my tabs are quite long, but they'll get cut down. So we've already got the zipper on. I've already marked my centers. And then this zipper is the top zipper, and it's the one that has the little taco zipper end. And then I've already gone ahead and done my 90-degree curves, or the Butler method, finishing off this end of the zipper. There is a way in the pattern that it is done. And but I wanted to just do it this way. All right, so what we're going to start with, let me just see what the comments are. So we're going to, the pieces that you're going to need for this one is the zipper. This is the shorter zipper. So there's a long zipper and a short zipper. So this is the shorter one. Make sure your zipper pulls are on before you do your zippers. And then it's the one with the two tabs, and I've got the centers marked. So you're going to need your main body, piece A and piece A1. So that's your exterior and your lining. And then the main body, it has piece A2, piece C, and C1. You're going to need one of the linings and put the other ones aside. So we're just going to put it, so this lining piece is bigger. Oh, moved everything around, is bigger than this lining piece. So we're just going to put the bigger one aside for now. Make sure your centers are marked on the top of your pieces. And I'm just going to run double-sided tape across the top. I hope you guys can see okay. I've been playing with my camera angles so that you can actually see me as well. But I've had to lower my chair. So I apologize in advance because I have very long legs. I take a 33-inch inseam, and this table is too low for me. And if I smash my knees, you might hear me yell out or say something inappropriate. So I apologize in advance. But I'm hoping you can see me from here. It looks good on my computer. I have to just remember to do everything at this end. All right, so we're going to put double-sided tape across the top edge of the front panel, and I've already put my bag tag on. Just like to thank everybody so much for being here. Oh, hi, Barbie. Yay, we have YouTube royalty in the house. So Barbie, who is Jeannie's, Jeannie's, does that feel okay? Murphy heard me say Barbie. Oh, he just goes crazy when he hears Barbie's voice, or when he hears me say hi, Barbie. So there you go. You got to say hi to Barbie. All right, down you go. All right. So thanks so much for being here. All righty. So anyhow, we're just going to put double-sided tape across the top edge of the front panel. Yeah, Murphy absolutely just loves when he hears Barb. All right, and I'm just going to line up the top edge of my zipper with the two zipper tabs. And then another piece of double-sided tape across the top edge of the zipper. And the zipper tape I'm using, it's black, and it's from Atelier in New Brunswick. Ordered that. She had it on sale, so I thought I'd give it a try. I mean, their sale prices are great. Then we're going to take our shorter lining piece and right sides together with the right side of the exterior. Line up your centers. My nose is starting to drip. I hope I don't have a sneezing fit. All right, and then we're just going to stitch across the top and then flip it and top stitch. So you're going to be stitching at a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Oh, and I also forgot to mention the thread that I'm using. I really, really love this thread. It's text, so I'm not using purple. You can see I've got the red in my machine. This is the Tex 45 fusion nylon bonded thread from Emmeline Bags. It is really, really nice, and it doesn't fray at the end, and it doesn't untwist. Might be hard to see, but it's really, really nice thread. And I got a few colors. I have the purple already, and I have it in blue jay, and then I got the red, and then I got these ones, the burnt orange, a beige, dark brown, black, and a navy. So I really, really like this thread. All right, we're going to sew that across. Got a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Put the zipper on. Oh, get my zipper full. There we go. And is the audio's okay? Everybody can hear me okay? I know I was playing with it before I went live just to see how it would be. Okay. Now we're just going to flip the lining and the exterior. I like to clip it to make sure that it stays together and then that we're top stitching in the right area. So I clip around the sides and the bottom. Barbie says, "Love me some Murphy." He's so funny. As soon as he hears me go live or when I start recording my tutorials, he's got to be in here. You know, he's a real diva. On camera. All right, we're just going to top stitch across that top edge, folded edge. All right. Okay, we've just got it top stitched. And now on this side, I got my pattern here. And then on the front side, we're just going to lay some double-sided tape and we're going to put the lining side on. Just getting stuck. It's so much easier when I follow a tutorial. Okay, see what we're going to do. So we've already top stitched. We're going to take our piece B, which is just this little strip. I didn't mark my centers yet. And then we're just going to line up the centers along the top edge there. Just making sure that your side edges are in alignment with each other. We had quite a blizzard here this morning. High winds. Okay, and then flip it over to the other side, put double-sided tape across the top edge again of the wrong side of the zipper, and then we're going to put the lining side down. Okay, and line up your centers, right side of the lining down with to the right side of this lining underneath here. It's not working out. Just hold on a sec. That's why I don't do lives very often. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oops, Daisy. Okay, this is embarrassing because I had this all together. Oh no. Okay, it's to the left. That's right. The zippers are closing to the left. Got those two pieces. Okay. Okay. Put the right side of the piece on. Sorry. I like following a visual better than a pattern. Hi, Donna. Just trying to catch everybody who's here. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay. So what we're going to do is I have this on. Oh, where's my tape? We're going to stitch this across here, your B piece, right sides together with your exterior. If I mess up, I apologize. Move your zipper pull out of the way. Oops. Okay. Now we're not top stitching this piece yet. We're going to fold it forward. Mark my center. I didn't mark that center. Okay. And the seam is supposed to go down towards, goes up towards the top edge. You either have noise canceling mics or your machine is very quiet. Yeah, my machine is very quiet, and you usually just hear the clicking of the walking foot. And when I'm doing lives, for some reason, you don't hear the machine at all. And when I listen to the playback of when I do lives, I wind up feeling like there's a little bit of like a slight delay. I can put on my earbuds and see if that makes a difference. You guys, is the audio okay for you guys? Okay. So we're just going to take the double-sided tape across this top edge of the piece. I'm going to take double-sided tape and fold that, put it along this seam of the piece that's supposed to, we're not top stitching yet, of the zipper because I want it to stick there. And it's just getting in the way. Just fold that up. That way it'll be folded up and stuck right where I want it to be. Okay. Audio was fine. Hi, Nancy. So you guys are good with the audio right now? It's just, yeah, you can't hear my machine. Okay. Flip it to the wrong side, double-sided tape across the top edge of B. And then right sides of this larger piece lining with what's the lining that's already there, and line up your top edges, making sure that your side edges are even. Okay. So what we are going to do, I'm going to clip all the way around, clipping all the linings together and all the pieces together. I think this lining is going to be a little big, bigger than what my exterior is. Mhm. Just clip everything, and then we're going to baste around it and then top stitch across under that zipper. Okay, so we have it all clipped together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to top stitch across the zipper, come down, go all the way around and up across the top. And that'll secure this larger back lining in place. Making sure I try and keep that seam up because it doesn't want to seam to doesn't want to stay up there. Yeah, there we go. It's better. Okay, then I'm just going to baste down all around the outer edges. Up here. Yeah, it's funny with my audio that when I do a live, when I hear the playback, I don't like the sound of it. But when I do a tutorial, it's fine. Okay, and I played with this, so I'll tell you. Okay, so we have everything all basted around, and I've top stitched across the top edge here. So now I'm just going to trim off these excess tabs and any excess lining that's showing here. And then we're going to attach our top zipper. Okay, so our pocket is now done on the front. And then we're going to, on this piece here, because we have all of our zippers oriented closing to the left. On this side, there is a measurement in the pattern to mark that side. And just going to this, just want to mark that. And then we're going to line up our zipper that I've already made. Okay. Take our short zipper or the top zipper, and we've already have the zipper end done. I have already done the butler method on these ends. There is a different way of doing it in the pattern, but for speed's sake, I completed that. So across the top, we've got the mark here that is in the pattern. That's where we're going to be lining up our zipper. It's going to be closing to the left, just like this one. And we're going to line up that zipper on the edge of that mark. And then we're going to sew that on with a lining behind the pattern. Yeah. So I'm just going to run double-sided tape across the whole top from the left to that mark. And making sure that my zipper is going to the left, I'm going to flip it and line up that edge of the zipper tab along that line that I made. Line up the edge of my zipper. And another piece C. So I need my another lining piece. So from the main body, we've used piece A2. Now we're using piece C, the lining piece. And I'm going to mark my centers. I went and cut the roses upside down. They're really, really pretty. They're like dripping paint or blood or I don't know. Just mark my center. And then run double side tape right straight across the top edge. Put your lining straight across too. Lining up your centers will be in this instance we can line up our sides. I'm still going to clip. This bag does get some fairly thick seams, especially around the card slot. So if you have it, it's domestic machine friendly, but just keep in mind, follow the pattern for the like the right type of fabric to use for your domestic machine. Like this vinyl is, it's a little heavier, not super heavy, but it is. Okay, so then we're just going to place the zipper. Okay, there. Line piece, the zipper. Okay, and then on the other side, all right, I think we're stitching across this. So I watched this and looked at this pattern so many times, but like I said, I need a visual. Barbie has this great, she can just whip these up so easy. Piece D1 to the right side zipper. One side, piece A. Okay, so then we have to flip on this side. And then on the other side, oh, I've already got my zipper. Mark the same mark on this side. So we did it on the right side of here. Now we have to do it on this side. So that we know where that's going to start. The zipper's going to start. Okay. In one spot. Sorry guys, I apologize. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. It's a little long. Hey, Louise, we're using your fabric as usual, this beautiful rose fabric. Okay, I think they have a fabric version. Version. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just going to stitch across the top edge here. I said I really need the visuals. I need the, that's why I don't do a lot of lives. Zipper pull is, got two zipper pulls to worry about now in here. So it's, we get a little bulky. Mess this up. Okay, so I've already marked my mark on the wrong side here. To flip that. First, I want to trim these bulky seams and just trim them out. And doing that throughout is to trim some of these out. Okay. And then flip everything together at the bottom and the sides so that then I can get the fold in the right spot for top stitching along that zipper. Oops. Okay. And I'm just going to top stitch across that area. This is such a really cute bag and it has tons of room. Okay. All right. We're going to need our exterior, the last two pieces. So our exterior of piece C and the lining of piece C. That's the main body. There's piece A2, C, and C1. Okay, so I'm just going to run double-sided. I gotta mark my centers on both the lining and the exterior. Thanks, Nancy, for posting the link. Okay, so double-sided tape across this top edge of the exterior. This will be the back. And then there is a certain mark. Just going to move my zipper out of the way, line that up. And this should all line up with when the zipper's going to be done up. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to put double-sided tape across the top edge, move down a bit, in the lining. Line up your edges and centers. How many people do we have watching? Oh, we have 21. That's awesome. The rose is it's vinyl. It's from Mary. This is from Sam Fabric Creation, and it's so pretty, but it's very thin. There's no backing, but it makes a wonderful waterproof uh, lining. It's I love using this for the linings. Okay, we're going to stitch across the top edge of this and attach our top zipper to the back. Just hope I'm following this the right way. Okay. And if you haven't seen on my website, I have my own pattern out called the CherAnn Bestie Crossbody bag. Nancy, if you're able to link that pattern to my www.360handmadebags.com website, that would be great. Um, it's a crossbody bag. Actually, I've got it here. This is the one that I did on the live that I did on my own channel, and I made this out of leather that I got from Tandy. So it's almost like a ballerina pink leather, but it has a big zipper pocket, a big magnetic snap pocket, and then it has a zipper pocket on the inside, and then 8 card slots on the inside as well, and a slip pocket for cash, and tons of room inside. So it's approximately $11 US, but on the website it's Canadian, which will be $15 Canadian. You'll see. Okay, so I'm going to pull all of the linings down. We've got this sewn on, and I'm just going to pull the linings down, and then I'm going to top stitch across the top edge of that zipper, but keeping the linings out of the way. And I hope I'm not messing anything up because I'm not following a tutorial like mine. Oops. And if anybody else is watching and hasn't said hi, please do so. I do love to say hi to everybody. Okay. So there's our top zipper. And there is our front zipper. So that's already kind of sealed in the front zipper. And before I forget, I have my Made in Canada label that I do like to make, especially if I'm doing a custom job like this one. And just want to make sure that it goes inside the bag. I always forget. Just want to make sure it goes inside the bag along one of the seams. Okay, I just got it taped in there for now. All right, let's see what we're doing now. Okay, so do double sided tape, mark the top edge, stitch over without cutting. Okay, that's done. And then we're going to reduce these. Okay, I've already stitched that down. Okay, so the main bag is done right at the moment. That should have been top stitched now. Some double sided. Okay. Already done that. All right, so we're just going to put this aside for now. I love that, the red and the black together. It looks really, really great. So, Nancy, the roses are a vinyl. It's a very thin vinyl. I don't know what it's called. If Louise is still here, she can tell me. There is no PVC backing, but it has a nice stiffness to it. It's probably about a 400 deniers, or maybe slightly less. But it's definitely not as flimsy as some of the other linings I've used. But yeah, this makes a really nice, and it's waterproof, but there isn't a PVC backing to it. All right. So we're going to work on the card slot panel. So I've already started the card slots for time purposes. And for each card slot, or each card slot pocket. So the pieces for the card slot, it's piece F1, and you're going to cut 7 of those, which I have done, and I have already made them, and I've left the last one to make with you guys. So what we just put the right sides together and stitch the certain seam allowance that's in the pattern. Right sides together. And like I said, I've already done all the other ones and attached them to the panel. Okay, then splay your seams open. There's a commercial. This waterproof nylon line that I'm using for dyeing, it is really, really nice because of the fact that you don't have, well, you can't iron it anyways, but when you put a fold in it, it's nice. When you if you're marking lines across it, like say lines for card slots to fold, it puts that, it scores it, so it makes it easier to fold. All right, so I've kind of splayed that open. Turn this outside right. Make sure, so I'm doing the 7th of there's going to be 8 card slots, but we're making 7. And then make sure that your seam is in the center somewhere. And then this is the top. I'm going to top stitch across that top. Just going to finger press the top. So I'm just going to top stitch that. Okay. Oh, still attached. This thread's also nice for thinner fabrics too. Okay, so there is one of our card slots, and I've already made the 7 of them. Then you're going to take your card slot panel, which is piece F, and it has all these lines on it. So you're going to take that piece and you're going to mark those lines on it, and that's what your card slots are going to line up to. And then at the top, you start at the first line and line the bottom of your card slot up on that line, and then you stitch it at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, and then you do that with all of them on the way down. So then this one that I'm going to be doing, I am going to be lining up this bottom folded edge with that last line. Oh, there's 2 lines actually. With the second last line, making sure that all of my spacing between my card slots are even. And then that gets stitched on with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Just clip it on and then stitch it. Yeah, but for time purposes, I did all the other ones ahead of time. And these really line up, but make sure that you're using a thin fabric. If you're going to be using a cotton and interfacing them, like it does have that in the pattern, then make sure that the interfacing is not in the seam allowance, like along the edges, because there is a lot of bulk here that you have to stitch through. All right, so these are all now stitched on. Then we're going to take our card slot panel piece F2, and you're also going to need your card slot panel piece G. You have two, they're the side panels. So take your piece F2, the card slot panel, and then you're going to put right sides together. Let me see what it says here. 22, 23, done all those, did that. Okay, line up your card slot panel piece. Yep, card slot panel with the top edge. And click. It's not very clear here. Place F2 placement pocket atop the card. Okay, so line it up on the bottom. Sides together, piece F2 placement pocket atop the card slot panel. Oh, oh my goodness, pictures aren't the greatest. So only the bottom, okay. This isn't matching for some reason. Sorry, guys. But this is what makes our other card slot. I think you line them up at the top. The visual on the computer. Okay, we're just going to line them up at the top and at the sides. Oh, thanks, Barbie. Oh, you know, when things don't go right, you just feel like you're gonna cry. But like usually things click along. But this, I'm following the pattern, and I don't usually follow the pattern. Oh, because there's different sections, and I always follow the visual. And I've made several of these. That's just it. Crazy, crazy. But like I said, the pictures don't seem to be very clear. Okay, trim off excess at the bottom to reduce the bulk. I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to go into my YouTube. Okay, just bear with me, guys. I'm getting to this point on my tutorial. so I can follow it. I don't have the sound on. Okay. This is embarrassing, but you know, what the heck? So there is a mark, which is the last line that we drew because we have all the card slots on. And we are going to line it up at the top and clip the sides. And then we're going to probably stitch across where that line is, which is about 1 inch. Stitch at the top by the looks of it. Sorry, I'm following my own tutorial. Oh, this is embarrassing. But the right sides are together. I really like being prepared. Okay. And I can't see the comments now. Oh, there we go. Oh, oh, geez. Yeah, I know. It's just so frustrating because I like to be so organized and anal. And oh, good grief. Yeah, no, it's that bottom I was supposed to it's the bottom I was supposed to stitch. And I knew that. Just let me get Jack out. Yeah. Sorry guys. This is why I don't do very many lives. Oh, I was hoping to almost be done by now. I was so prepared. Okay. Barb's probably, oh no, I'm doing this way. Say it to her. All right, so the bottom. Just let me get back to where it was. Yeah, so I have to stitch along where that line is, which is 1 inch seam allowance, approximately. Bottom. I hope this is right. Now we're supposed to trim a piece off because of the bulk. Yeah, and that makes my other card slot at the bottom. Okay. Now, because these two are thick together, you can leave. I'm leaving them just because of the fact that uh, it's not thick for my machine. It's not heavy, and I'm just going to stitch across the top of this one that we just made. I just banged my. Hi, Ellie. Thanks for being here too. I saw your name pop up there. It's like, oh my god, all the bag buddies are here. Okay, so we have this all lined up, all our card slots lined up. Top stitch, F2, fold the top edge, which I did. Move piece F out of the way, and I top stitch that, and then mark the snap. I've done that with an exterior, but okay, I'm just going to clip these guys together. There isn't the snap. Okay, mark 1 1/4 inch. So mark the snap button, 1 1/4 inch for the polysperse end, 3/4 of an inch for the Polyspurse Plus from the center of the stitched edge. All right, let me just check my flap. It comes down this way. I'm going to have to get some duct tape because I should have used the exterior for that. Okay, so we've got. Thanks, guys. I was like, oh my god, this is hard. Like doing live is not the same as doing a video because you can edit a lot of stuff. Okay. Pocket. She's got it marked. Okay, well, she's got it 3/4 of an inch down from the top of this one. That just doesn't seem right. Let me check this one. Yeah, that's right. I always have that other one to watch, to look at. Okay, 3/4 of an inch. 1, 2, 3, and here's the center. Okay. Just take my stylus. Oh, it's disappeared too. And I'm just going to put my cam snap on. I'm just poking a hole through to the other side because I need to put some duct tape on this side. I should have used some exterior fabric for this. Okay, and then I'm going to take my stud. So the male portion and the which one? Yeah. So the male portion, I have the little smooth with the post. That's going to go in from underneath where I've marked it. Pop that in the hole. And then I have the male of the cam snap. It has the nub on the top. And then I'm going to pop that in on the right side and then use my little cam snap press to press that on. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to baste the side edges now. And just to get them all, just to make sure that they're secure. And it's pretty easy. You just follow the raw edges and just basting them at 1/8 of an inch, starting from the bottom so that you don't push your hard slot edges out of whack. And I'm just stitching as close to the edge as I can so you don't see any of that stitching anywhere else. And then go up the other side as well. Yeah, I do like making videos better. All right. And then if we just take credit card, they go in vertically. So lots of room for your cards. All right, now we're going to take our card slot panel piece G. There's 2 of them. And we're just going to put right sides together. Flip the top and the bottom first. Line up your top corners. And the reason why we do this with the top and the bottom first, so that when we clip it, because there's so much bulk here, put a little bit of a curve to it. just kind of curve it slightly down, and then that will help the side wings fit better and ease into it better without having to snip anything. And then do the same for the other side. Okay, just let me check. Look at her go with that seam ripper. Yeah, lots of experience with the seam ripper. Oh, I'll watch the replay. Time for my appointment. Thanks, Cynthia, for being here. This is real life sewing, and I have been there so many times. Oh, Donna, thank you. Or Mary, sorry, and Lindiana. Yeah. Yeah, doing a pattern, as I found out when I was writing my Bestie bag, CherAnn Bestie bag, it's easier to do a video tutorial explaining how to do everything than actually physically writing it. All right, so I've got the sides, the wings all clipped down, and I'm going to stitch them all down here. I've got my pages going the right way. Yeah, so we're going to stitch the two long edges at 1/4 of an inch, flip them in top stitch. But yeah, definitely real life sewing. At least I'm not swearing, so that's saying something. That's a good thing. And we're all friends here, and we all know what it's like for sewing. And when I can read. That's why I really loved when I found Barbie on YouTube, because I used to write manuals step by step and how to do this, how to do that, because that's how my brain works. And then now I work better following tutorials. And when YouTube was started, with all the tutorials when they came out, I was just thankful for that. Especially, learning about bag making. And that's when when Barbie started her channel for Jeannie's Designs, that's when I discovered her and was starting bag making. So the tutorials are definitely my thing. I'm definitely more of a visual person now. Right, we're just doing the top stitching on those wings. My machine is a Jack 6380 industrial walking foot, and it's an amazing machine. They don't make this model anymore, and it's not very old. I bought it used on Facebook Marketplace, just over a year ago. I got it on New Year's Eve a year ago, and somebody had bought it during COVID, brand new, and they didn't really use it. So, all right, so there's our card slot panel. And now we are going to so we have the card slots. Okay, so we top stitch the sides. I'm just looking at how she has it oriented. Okay, so take piece D, which is your card slot panel. So that's piece D, the card slot panel. And we're going to line that up with the left edge of your card slot. So there's your top and your card slot, and we're going to line it up on the left edge. and sew at a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Just clip it into place, and then we're going to sew it. And then we'll flip it and top stitch it. I gave the link of this live to Lisa, who is going to be the recipient of this bag that she asked me to make. And I'm not sure if she's here or not. So if she's here, hi, Lisa. So we're just creating the slip pocket right now. And I'm just going to flip that over and turn this, put that upper seam, and then do the top stitching. And Donna, you're very visual too. Yeah. Okay. Just going to top stitch across that edge. So just so that you guys know, I've mentioned it before, but in 2 weeks, I'm going to be having major surgery on this very large grapefruit-sized hernia that I have. And I'll be in the hospital. So that's on April 2nd. And I'll be in the hospital for at least 1 night. Just to, for observation. And then I don't know what the recovery is going to be like. But I'm going to be, I've already got in my sitting there in YouTube already done. I have a bunch of little how-to videos, like how to do a Butler method zipper or put a zipper pull on, and all of these things all ready to go so that if I'm not able to sew during the time that I'm recovering, then I'll be able to at least post things, even if they're little short 30-minute, 45-minute uh, little videos. All right, so there we have the start of our slip pocket. Doesn't that look pretty together, those roses? This is really beautiful. I love working with this fabric from Sam Fabric. It is really, really nice. And it's just that thickness for lining. All right, flip the card slot, mark the center. Huh, not sure what we're doing here. All right, let me get my visual on the go here. I need some water. Okay. All right. So we've already done that. And I probably have to trim this somewhat. All right. Now we're taking our body. That's the front. Okay, so the zippers are going this way and the top will go this way. Okay, gotcha. Just seeing what I'm doing in my video. So we're just lining up the gotta mark where the other snap has to be. Okay, so just hold on a second. 1 inch from the long edge at the center. All right, so at the center mark of this slip pocket, I have to mark a 1 inch down mark. So that's where we're going to start putting the snap in. Center. That'll be It'll be on the inside. Sorry, it'll be on the inside. Honestly, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, this is really not a great visual on the pattern. I'm not seeing it very well. Okay, so I'm just going to make a mark where I need to put that placement for the one snap. Okay, 28, 29. All right, so we have to clip this on. I think all the linings have to go upward. We're just going to clip this on just underneath the top stitching. Oops. I'm just following what I'm doing here. Okay. So I'm just going to make a hole where this little snap mark is, because we have to put the snap part on the lining. Doing a video is so much easier. Okay, so we're going to take one of our little domes and pop it through the wrong side. Get through. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to take the male and then pop that on this side. And then put that on with our hand snap press. You have to squish your fabric to get in there, I think. Okay. All right, so we have put on the lining side of the slip pocket, we put the snap on. Then we'll have to line it up here and put that snap on as well, the other piece of it. And we'll be putting the other piece on the flap afterwards. Okay, so before we sew everything up, we have to put the other snap on the lining side. And if I could push it on and make a mark just to make sure that they do line up. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing that over here, and you can't see me because I've moved my camera. Okay. And I'm just going to put a mark. So what I did was I just lined up the slip pocket onto this part of the exterior, and then just pushed it down into the vinyl, and it left a mark. So then I just put a dot in the center. You can see that right there. And then that's where I'm going to poke a hole through for the female part of the snap. Put some duct tape back there to secure it as well. It's our time. Been on for an hour. Okay. Okay, so we'll take the dome part of the cam snap, pop it through the wrong underside of the vinyl. And then the female part of the snap will go on here, and then we'll press that. I'm having a hard time getting it in there. Alrighty. Okay, we've got that. So we have our snap on already. Okay, now we can line this up, snap it in place. Just going to line everything up here and clip it all into place. Making sure that my seam, my stitched slip pocket seam is straight, and line up all your sides and clip them. I know I'm going to have a bit of an excess to trim off. And flip it to this side, and then I'm going to trim those edges just so that they're in line with what I have here. Curve those edges. And then we're just going to baste this all around. So I have this clipped now, our slip pocket with our card slots, but I have the lining separate from that. So I don't think it's supposed to be together. Sure. No, we don't baste the pocket lining, so we're just going to be basting the exterior on with the card slots. Okay, so we have this so far. There's the front and there's the back. So now we're going to I'm not sure why that's there. Okay, sorry. Somehow I got onto Ellie's My Mini Tote tutorial. So now we're just going to work on the card slot. So I've already done the card slots. Let's mix some stuff out of it. I've already put on the ID pocket. So there's where it's going to be sewn in, and the ID pocket I've already made. Now, before we go any further, I want to put on I want to baste on my D-ring connector before I forget that. Just going to see where that's going to get basted on. Probably should have been basted on here. Okay, I'm just going to baste it on just at the front area here. Just underneath. Okay. Just want to make sure it gets basted on and not I don't forget it. So I'm just basting it on in between, just here where the card slots are and in between here, with a slight bit of overhang just to make sure that it's secure. Don't leave too much sticking of the D-ring connector, like Lindsay from Lynn's Handmade says. You don't want to have Shrek ears sticking out. That's why it's just so tiny. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to take our, and I've already marked where the snap goes on the flap. And we're going to take the flap and we're going to put right sides together and stitch around. Sure you clip it. Oh, comments. Oh, thanks, Mary. You'll still be here. You'll still hang out with me, even though I make mistakes on this. Well, not mistakes. It's just trying to follow a pattern versus when you're used to doing a visual. So, okay, so we've just got the right sides of our flap together. Before we do that, what part of the flap? Oh yeah, the flap goes through all the whole thing. So we're just going to stitch that all around, 1/4 inch seam allowance. And like I said, I've already done my ID pocket. I'm not really fond of doing these, but it's already on there. It's not quite the way she does it in the pattern, but it's there. So sun coming in. Close that. Yeah, we've still been getting winter weather up here. Okay, I'm just going to use my painting shears just to go around the curves, trim off these corners, but just to kind of give it a little bit of easiness to ease around those curves. So flip your stitches. I've done that. This marine vinyl from JT Outdoor Fabric in Barrie. They do boat covers and all of that. It's really nice to work with. It's not super thick or anything like that, but it's nice. So you know that when you use this, you can definitely get it wet since it's marine vinyl. Okay, push that out. Be careful when you're pushing things out. I have popped through the corners. My thinking shears have quite the blunt edge to help me get these curves out. Here we go. We're getting there. I appreciate you guys all being here. And thanks, Nicole and Nancy, for helping out as usual and posting links. And again, if you haven't seen my pattern, not that I'm pushing it or anything, but it'd be nice to sell a few. But yeah, the CherAnn Bestie Crossbody bag. All right, I'm just going to clip all of this so that we can top stitch around, making sure that my edges are, I want to make sure I've got those curves coming out really good too in my seams. Okay. It's amazing. I love to see where everybody's watching from. Of course, there's a lot of US viewers. I just had somebody request to be my friend on Facebook, to join my Facebook group, the 360 Handmade Bags Facebook group, and they were from Africa. And I thought, that's pretty cool. That's what I love about technology. It unites everybody all around the world. It's going to be tight getting around those that pocket, but I'm just going to top stitch all the way around here. And this thread from Emmeline Bags is really, really nice. Now, I know everybody talks about the thread that Kasaya uses on Sky Swag, and I'm wondering if it's comparable to that. Like, it's really nice. I've tried other threads, but I'm really liking the nylon bonded thread. Of course, ordering in the US is a lot more expensive for us. Our exchange rate and duty, tariffs or whatever. But I hope she gets more colors of this Fusion Tex 45. And my machine seems to really like the Tex 45. You know how your machines kind of like threads and some threads they like and some they don't? Yeah, it really likes this one. And it stitches up beautifully. Like, the stitches are gorgeous. All right. I don't know if you can see there. You can see the stitches. I went a little closer around the edge than an eighth because of this pocket. All right. Done that. I've made that. And then we're going to put this over top of our I guess I should have moved my D-ring. So we're going to base this on. I'm just going to take that D-ring off and move it up. I should have put that on after I put my flap on because I can base them all on at the same time. Okay. This thread does does come out really nice when you use Jack the Seam Ripper. All right. I'm just going to line up flap and center it over top. I like to just center it over top of my 2 lines of top stitching there. Move your zippers to the center because they do get in the way. Put them on. And I'll clip that D-ring back on as well, and then we'll just baste across the whole thing. Yep. I'm going to move things around to do the live. Okay, there, that's better. Uh, And the last thing we'll do is put that snap to close up flat after we stitch everything. All right, so we have our flat, and then we'll put the snap on over top of here. But isn't that pretty with the roses? That is so nice, and it matches so beautifully with this marine vinyl. Okay, where are we at now? And I think we're lining everything up. Sew everything. Put all your zippers in the center. Lining up all our edges. When we line these up, line up your folded edges here on your exterior first. Put them all together. And we'll be leaving a turning hole in the lining. But this is where the seams can get bulky because there's some thick edges there, especially with this vinyl, this marine vinyl. It is heavier. Get the D-ring out of the way. Oops, the lining's together. Yeah, your zipper should be open on the top so that you can birth this bag. I always thought that was funny when I first heard the term. And we're going to flip our lining together, check your sides and your curves, and we're going to leave a decent sized turning hole. I like to leave a decent sized turning. Okay. It's pretty thick up here with the zipper pulls. I'm just trying to line up my linings. Them together. Oops. I had all these. I had everything all cut out last night and sitting on my table here, ready for me to start prepping this morning. And then, of course, Murphy snuggles with me at nighttime. And then he heard Frankie in here, and she knocked something off my table. Well, he went running in, and of course, being the little terrier cross retriever that he is, he had to come in and find what she dropped. And she had knocked over all of my little zipper tabs that I had made. So he grabbed them and he brought them to me because he knows that when he brings something to me, he gets a little liver treat. And we have a little game at night where towards the end of the night, I take a pair of socks and I kind of throw them wherever in the kitchen, and so that he has to search for them like a little search and rescue dog. And then he finds them and he brings them to me one at a time and drops them, and then goes and gets the other one, and then he gets his little treat. So I'm trying to teach him to be a little search and rescue, but he's like his mommy. He's visual too. He's not going by any scent. Okay, so I have it all clicked together. My zipper should be open somewhat on the inside. And then I'm going to leave this bottom part of the lining open for a turning hole, and I'm going to stitch all the way around to this other side. And then we are going to birth this bag. And hope it turned out. Yeah, it turns out when I do a video, let me tell you, because I'm not live, but you guys are great. And you're all so supportive, and I'm just so thankful for that. So I'm going to get me over top of this hump, this thick material twice. Flat. Actually, sitting a little shorter isn't too bad. I haven't banged my knee yet, or my knees. But before I was able to have the surgery, like this is about a year and a half in the making to be able to have this surgery. I had to lose 25 to 30 pounds for here. So I've lost, I don't know, 35, 40 pounds now because I've been on Wegovy. That's one of my very first videos. So I've been on Wegovy and I've lost about 35, 40 pounds. But you know what? The beauty of the Wegovy, I haven't had any side effects, which has been great. And but the beauty of it is it turns that switch off in your brain about having to eat or junk food and always looking for something to eat. Um, and always being hungry even though you're not hungry. And it's to the point where I can have something to eat, and then I just get to the point it's like I can't have another bite. So when this is gone, this, then hopefully the rest of it will go, which I'm hoping. Like we're just getting over this one hump. And anybody who knows me, oh, there goes my thread, just broke. Sometimes it doesn't like going over humps. Just have to rethread. But the Wegovy has been great. It's been easy. It's not cheap, even though I have benefits. I'll have to see if my benefits will cover anything else, but of course I'll be on it forever, I guess. It'd be nice to lose more weight. Haven't been able to do any walking in the wintertime because it's just been too cold and too slippery. You know, I should have done a smaller seam allowance in the with the lining, and I think I'm going to go back over the lining and do a smaller or a larger seam allowance. Sorry, because then that way the pocket will fit in better. So I'm just going to do that. Just to tighten up that seam allowance a little bit. Oh, there goes my thread again. It doesn't like thick humps. Oh, this thread threads the needle so easy, and what I love is it doesn't shred as you're putting it into the needle. Okay, try this again. A tighter seam allowance here. A larger seam allowance. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, making all these boo-boos. More of a visual or lack of visual boo-boos. So I'm just going to trim this seam allowance down. Yeah, but go on Sam Fabric Creation website to check out what Louise has in vinyls and like faux leathers, waterproof nylons, and canvases. I call this waterproof nylon. This lining, maybe it's called waterproof canvas. I just anyways, I love it. I love using it for my linings. Okay, so there we have it. And now we're going to turn this back. Vinyl's going to be a little stiff to turn. Corners popped in there. It's where you need muscles, and it's not good to have arthritis in your hands. At this point in time in my videos, I can stop it and birth it half an hour later and show you what it turns out to look like. This through. Yeah, I could have left the whole bottom open for this. It's basically kind of peeling it over top like a banana. The whole bottom. Doesn't help when you have arthritis in your thumbs either. Your thumb joint. Here we go. We're getting there. Here we go. We work up sweat doing this. Yeah. Oh, this is so pretty. If you saw the Can-Do Pattern Traveler pouch pack that I did, making a wider gusset and zipper gusset as well, I showed the traveler pouch that I had done with the embroidered maple leaf on the front, and that was using this crimson red marine vinyl as well. Just going to pop out some of these corners. Oops, easy. This is a really nice. I really like this bag, and it fits a lot too. It's okay in there. Yep. It's good here. I should have left the opening a little bigger. Leave your opening bigger. Don't do as I say. Do as you do. Okay. All right. And there's my Made in Canada label. It got sewn in. All right. I'm just going to sew up this end. Pop it in, and then we're going to put our set on, and then we're going to be great. And this is nice because when you're sealing up your ends like this, like your turning hole, this vinyl or nylon folds really nice, and it finger presses so nice so that you don't, nothing pops open. All right, I'm just going to seal up the turning hole now. Just at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance just to catch those two folded edges. I might, I do. I wonder if I have enough of this roses fabric left. I don't mind making myself one of these either. Okay, I've got everything. Push it all in, tuck in your corners. Oh, that is so nice. Okay, there's our D-ring connector for our wristlet, our front pocket, all done. And then our top zipper pocket. Lots of room in here. Like my phone will fit in here too, but of course it will fit in this slip pocket as well. And now we have our flap. And I'm just going to do the placement for the other snap. Got caught in. Isn't it stitched? Okay. And I just want to make sure I don't want to lay it super flat, like tight, folded. I want to give it a little bit of a room, like just to kind of push it up a bit, because when you have all those card slots in there, they're going to take up space. And you want your flap to fit, but you don't want it to be so that you can't get it done up because it's covering the cards are taking up too much space. Now, if I was going to do this again, mind you, that is pretty with the roses there, then I would make this one panel, I would make it like I did here. I would make it the same as the exterior, but it looks good like that too. All right, so I'm just going to line that up. Flatten everything. And okay, just hold on. And then I'm just going to make the mark. I'm just going to take my seam ripper, and because the mail, I can see it come through here, and I'm just going to poke it through there, make sure everything's lined up, poke it right into the center, and it's going to come through, and that's exactly where our snap placement is going to be. So I'm going to be putting the curved end with the post on the right side. And then the female, put that on, and this one will be easier to press on because we're going to be going through a bunch of layers. Go. It is done. That is, I love the look of this. And you pop it open, and there is your ID slot with your 8 card slots, just like that. You've got your slip pocket for your phone. Mine fits in there. I have the largest Samsung. It's a little tight, but it's in there that I can still do the snap up. In fact, I would move the snap up a little further up and not as far down as the pattern says. So there's our slip pocket and our top zipper compartment. Didn't catch the name. Okay, what's this? Get marine vinyl. Okay, so Nancy's put a link for marine vinyl. Didn't catch the name where Teresa gets it. So where I get my vinyl, this marine vinyl, I've only ever got this there once, is from JT Outdoor Fabrics in Barrie. They specialize in doing boat covers and stuff like that, but they also sell fabrics and that. So, so we have the top zipper pocket, lots of room. And we have the front zipper pocket as well, and the wristlet to go on, because she wanted a wristlet to be able to hold this. So there is our Polly's Purse Plus from Sophisticated Designs, and made by 360 Handmade Bags, with all of the lovely flaws in my live. I also want to show you something else. So before I forget, because I also, I showed you my CherAnn Bestie bag. This one, like I said, is done in pink leather, or beige pink leather. So if you go to www.360handmadebags.com, click on the pattern link, and the pattern will be there. It's approximately $11 US, but you will see it in Canadian funds, which will say $15, but that's Canadian, because I'm in Canada. So the link is in there on my website. I'm not sure how long I'm going to have my website for, but we'll see. It has to be renewed in May, and I'll take a look at it at that point in time. But the CherAnn Bestie bag, I love this bag. I've been carrying it all with me because it carries everything that I need, like all the cards that I carry, and I don't need a wallet. So that's my bag. Now, Barbie just redid her Genie bag, shoulder bag on her website on geniebags.com, I believe. So I was a tester for the Genie bag, shoulder bag, and this is my version. Mine's a little boxier than what theirs kind of goes pointy out this way, but I like how it looks kind of boxy, and I love these colors. I mean, my colors here, you can see behind me, are the bluey greens and sea foams and whatever. But I got this velvety fabric from Walmart, and so there's the front, and there's the back with a zipper pocket, and then I did a slip pocket inside and a zipper pocket. So the fabric, so I got this vinyl at Walmart and this really nice velvety fabric at Walmart. Sometimes they have some really nice stuff. I got this cotton canvas lining from Facebook Marketplace with the owls on. It's so cute. And so this bag has a zipper pocket on one side, and then I've done a slip pocket on the other. So I wanted to be different because I know that when you add your bag strap ends on your handles, that they go on the underside. But I kind of like the look of them on the outside to give the bag a little bit more bling with the gunmetal. But that's the Genie bag shoulder bag, the revised pattern from Barbie. So I don't know if she's still here, but also, www.tree60handmadebags.com. The CherAnn Bestie crossbody bag that I made for my best friend Cheryl from high school, that she wanted certain things, and I designed this bag. And I really love carrying that bag. So when I also made the Genie bag, I made a matching NCW, which there is the tutorial on as well. And I love this wallet as well. And of course, Sam Fabric Creation, vinyls inside as well, or nylons inside. So anyhow, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And all through my flubs with the live, I'm not keen on following this pattern. So I don't know why, but then I think if I was just doing it myself and doing a video, I'd be able to stop, read through, comprehend what they're saying, even though I've watched my tutorial so many times on how this bag was done. But thanks a lot, guys, for being here and following me on my live for the Polly's Purse Plus from Sophisticated Designs. So, and then there's the other side with the rose as an offset. So anyways, I'm sure Lisa's going to love this because it really is a pretty color and stuff like that. So thanks a lot again, Nancy and Nicole. Thanks, Barbie, for popping in, and Ellie. I'm not sure who else from the Bag Buddies are here. I'm just looking at all of the comments. But we have, how many do we have watching? Oh, we still have 21 watching, so that's great. But other people will be able to watch the replay. And if I do any more lives, I'll let you know. I like to give a day or two notice just so everybody can plan their time. And my next video tutorial is, I'm part of the Bag of the Month Club. And I haven't done the first two bags that are part of the Bag of the Month Club. But the third bag is the Etol, or the Etol, ETOL. It's a shoulder bag convertible into like a backpack, and it reminds me of the crystal convertible bag from Lynn's Handmade, which I have one here, and I have put this through. I put this through everything. I use this when I do my craft shows. And I made this all with, this is the crystal. And I made this with the Mora faux leather from Emmeline Bags. And I love this bag. But I am going to do, my next video is going to be the Etol. And I really like the look of it. You see a lot of them online, these type of bags. It looks like a bucket bag, but with a zipper on the top that you can wear as a hobo shoulder bag. And then it has the part of the part of the strap is, it's zippered together, and then you open it up. The only thing I'll have to see is, will that zipper, when it's open, rub on your neck, which would drive me crazy. So that's going to be my next video, hopefully within the next day or two. I had to get my taxes done, and Jim's taxes and my mom's. And now we've just found out that my mom, and this is all before my surgery, my mom, who will be 89 in July, her landlord, who has been very, very wonderful to my mom, and has given notice that he's wanting to sell the condo that she's renting. However, he has been absolutely fabulous about giving her 1 year's notice to find a new place. They want to move closer to their daughter, who lives out in Calgary in Alberta. And 1 year is so super generous for us to be able to find a place for her. So after I get my surgery done, I'm not going to sweat it. We are going to have to start looking for a new place for her and arrange for her to move. Unfortunately, she's almost 89, so that's going to be, it's stressful. It's stressful for her thinking about it, but that's why she has me, her anally perfectionist. Anyhow, yeah, so it's going to be busy. It's busy right now, and but it's okay. I still have my mom, and that's what's important. All righty, guys, take care. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me through all of my uh, little blips and blops or whatever you want to call them. Thanks a lot again, Nancy and Nicole and Ellie, if you're still here, and Barbie, if you're still here, and Mary, and we had Carol and Marilyn and Lindiana. And I don't want to miss anybody, but there's so many people. And Donna, I'm just going through the comments. I just don't want to miss anybody. And I just thank you all for being here and hanging out with me and watching my videos. It really, really helps. So if you're new to my channel, thanks a lot again for being here. Just please, everybody give the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. I love getting comments from people, and share my videos as well. That really helps to go a long way with all of us YouTubers, getting our channels out there and keeping up these tutorials for you guys to see. All right, take care. Thanks a lot again for being here. And if you're in the warmth, enjoy it because it's still cold here. We had a major blizzard with really super strong winds today. So I don't know if it's coming back or not, but anyhow. All right. Take care, guys. And we will see you the next time.